Welcome to Latinas Unmasked. So our first story is actually drawn from the subreddit Mothers-in-Law from Hell. I don't think I have to give much explanation, just to say that not always, the stories there aren't always posted directly there. Sometimes they're drawn from somewhere and reposted there. I think in this case it's directly posted. So, I mean, I think the subreddit says it all. Well, we're gonna see. Okay, the title of our first story, and it was actually posted 3 months ago, so rather new, is Mother-in-Law Calls My Husband Babe.
This has to be a joke. Go on, please.
I'm already disgusted.
What? Oh my god.
I mean, you. Just to clarify, she's calling her own son Babe. Just in case you didn't get the connection. Okay, let's see. Every time we are at my mother-in-law's, I feel like there's competition between her and I. Sorry. She makes sure to call him Babe when we are around her, and that makes me uncomfortable because that's what I call my husband.
That's so weird.
That's so fucked up. Ew.
Oh my god.
For my baby shower, she made it all about her talking over me when I was opening gifts, and every gift from her said, "Daddy is the best." Or, "Daddy's little girl," which is cute, but there was nothing for me. I shrugged it off. On Mother's Day, she made sure to spell my name wrong on my card. That's so petty. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm overthinking the whole situation, but deep down, I feel like she low-key hates me. Low-key?
That is not low-key. That is anything but low-key. That is high-key. Oh my god.
Is in your face hating you.
Yeah.
And not just hating you, enmeshment is going on here. I mean, she's calling her son Babe. Why is the son not disgusted?
That's what I wanted to ask. Does he find that amusing? Why doesn't he set boundaries?
I mean, why isn't he like, "Mom, why are you calling me like my wife is calling me? Like, stop it." That is disturbing.
And what about the husband? Is the dad in the picture? Is the husband?
So mother-in-law's husband?
Yeah.
No mention of him, so we don't know.
Okay.
I guess not, because then I would also be like, why are you not uncomfortable? Everyone should be uncomfortable in this one here.
That's so crazy.
What? Ew. Imagine calling your boyfriend or your husband honey or something like that, and then mother-in-law also, honey. Ew. It's just...
Why is she in competition? That is...
I get it when she would call him baby. You know, my baby, hi, you know, as a mom to her son, like, it's still a little
It's weird, but it's like...
I would get that, especially I think in Latin community, my mom still calls me sometimes my baby, things like that. I mean, okay, I get that. I get that if it's my baby. But babe, especially if she calls him like that, ugh. Ew.
That is... Do we know anything about their ages? Like, are they married?
No mentions of age or anything. I can look in the comments. I think she did not write anything about it.
So this grown woman calls her grown son Babe in front of...
I mean, they have a kid together. Yeah.
Ugh.
And then also, you know about the Loki hating her, like having gifts that say "Daddy is the best" or "Daddy's little girl" is like, oh, I mean, it's cute, but
I mean, there's no denying that is like probably one of the biggest icks ever. I mean, a good relationship with your family is one thing.
I'm sorry, okay, I mean, I know giving gifts is not all, but this woman is carrying this child and you're just ignoring her on the baby shower like she's just some, you know.
But it's crazy how many like mothers feel intimidated by their son's wife.
Yes,
it's
disgusting, honestly.
It's weird.
That's what I mean with enmeshment, this concept of like the mother having his son like their partner and then feeling threatened by the new wife. Like, you're not dating, this is your son.
But the son clearly has issues too. If he can just like if he
Why did he never tell her to not f- off, but
I
I mean,
was gonna say
should I say that? But at least keep the boundaries of don't call me like that. I'm
seriously.
uncomfortable. I'm really asking myself, I think the boundary between mom and son really never existed, probably. So, but this is such a recurring theme where, yeah, moms with their sons.
But you never see
sometimes-
it. It's never like fathers and their daughters. It's always mothers and sons. I wonder if there's like any psychological kind of reasoning behind that.
I think I've read something about it, but I'm not a professional or anything, so don't come after me if I'm wrong. But I think what happens very often is that the mom doesn't feel like the connection she should have gotten from her husband, or that this love. So she kind of implies it on the son and wants to get it from the son, this unconditional love and being treated right by him, and being, how many moms are then like, oh yes, he's such a good guy, he's perfect, he does all this thing for women and everything, in a way that doesn't, where it's just a compliment, but it feels as if she would be the girlfriend and in love in a way. So when the woman comes and he goes away from her, that's where she feels the anxiety of, being lonely and not having her partner again, which is disgusting.
That's so pathetic. I mean, it's sad, but it's pathetic. A little.
It's yeah.
But as a wife or whoever.
I feel so bad for her. She's even
Are
questioning.
they married? They're married, right?
Yeah, they're married. They have a baby together, and I feel so sad for her because she's even questioning if she's overthinking. That she's
She's
it's
probably
like,
brainwashed into thinking that's normal.
oh God,
it's not.
It's
It's
not. Run, run. Yeah,
That's why they're married already. Like it's a commit. She made a commitment. But I'm wondering if that, like those signs in the beginning, they should have like kind of raised some.
That's the thing. I mean, she did right every time they are with the mother-in-law. It feels like a competition between them.
I could never do that.
But yeah, I couldn't also. I mean, especially if the husband doesn't step up. That's the thing. I mean, I wouldn't.
That would probably bother me more.
Yeah, that's the thing.
God.
I mean, you can't change the mother-in-law in the situation, but if your husband doesn't step up for you, and it's always it's his family, it's his duty to protect you in a way, from his family. It's
and then
like,
he probably
step
chooses
up.
his mother over her.
Oh my
100%.
That's
100%.
an ick for me, honestly.
Ooh,
honestly.
Well, obviously, it always depends what it is about. Like, if the girlfriend is like, oh my God, I don't want you seeing any other girls, and the mom is like, be for real, then as a son, I'd be like, yeah, be for real.
An ick for me are those stories where it's really ridiculous. I've read or heard, I think, I'm not sure anymore, a Reddit story where the husband wanted his mom to be in the delivery room when his wife was giving birth. And she said, I don't want that. And he was angry because then my mom will be disappointed and she's sad because she really wants that. And it's disgusting. I'm like,
what?
Yes.
So he favors her well-being over his wife's Oh,
yeah,
God.
I mean,
no, thank you.
It's literally the most intimate part. It's
you don't want
really
your,
you don't want anyone.
It's the woman's choice essentially. If she
yeah,
she
and
has
he
a
even
great
got
bond.
he was even angry that even the doctor was on her side, but was still asking Reddit if he's the asshole here. And it's like, you are, yeah.
Oh my goodness, those poor people in those relationships.
I'm just
my God. My God.
Really, people like that give me the ick because it's like, were you brainwashed? Like heavy brainwashed?
Yeah. Oh God, I could never.
Why aren't you married to your mom in that case? Seriously.
Seriously.
That's like,
she probably did not, or she did not sign up for this competition. Like,
yeah. But let's see what the comments say. So
hopefully they agree with us.
Top comment is DH. Sometimes they have those short words where I'm like, I don't know what they're trying. Oh, I think it's dear husband. It just came to my mind again. Sorry. I'm still trying to figure it out. I think it's dear husband. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pick a new pet name. Your mom is calling you babe too, and it's giving me the ick. I mean, you are her baby and all, but it really turns me off. That's the advice from the first comment. It's like, yeah, that's kind of the bare minimum that needs to happen here. I mean, the husband still needs to step it up. But at least I think that I would naturally change the nickname because it would feel so weird.
My question is, though, is this a thing that the mom did before the woman came into the... Or is it like something new? What if she's doing
I would like
it
to know that too. But honestly, can you imagine if you would meet a guy and then you're at his mom and you're just dating and his mom would call him baby? Oh, no, not baby, but babe. Hey, babe.
That is
I would be running out the door. I would be
that's
no.
weird. There's no way someone would agree with the son or with the mom. There's no way.
I don't think that she has been doing that before, because I feel like I don't know.
That's so childish.
Yeah. But I would change the name too. I mean, if it would have been if you would have called him a special name, like, the way I do with with my husband, calling really weird but funny names, then I kind of get that you may call someone else like that too. For example, he calls me Candle, which has a huge backstory behind that. So I'm not offended then, or it's not weird when anyone else calls me like that, because then my sister and everyone calls me that too, because it kind of became a new name in sort of way. But babe is so specific. Yeah. It's so attached to romantic. It's just calling you, it's like calling your dad daddy in a way.
I know. Like as a child it's cute and all, but when you're like in your 20s, you're like, daddy. It's like, yeah.
I had the singing auditions today, and I sang Poor Unfortunate Souls, and I actually wanted to sing the last part, and I took the phrase where she says, fine then, forget about the world above and go back home to daddy. And I swear to God, I tried and tried. I never managed to not say it sexually. To go back home to daddy. I was like,
it's not possible. It just always sounds a little bit,
ew. And it's from a kid's movie, and I was like, I can never.
But it would be so problematic if you just switch the roles, and if it's a dad calling his daughter like babe, that would be even more like messed up. Don't you think?
Oh my goodness, I'm just imagining.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Yeah, imagine your dad calling in front of your boyfriend, calling you, hey babe.
Right?
Ugh, that would be even more. Oh my goodness. I just had to visualize it, and it's like,
she just had to take a moment. She was like,
I was like, oh.
That's crazy.
It would feel so predatory, like straight away. Like,
yeah,
I mean, 100%. It does here too, but it's just, But let's see the next comment quickly.
Yeah.
Someone also writes a phrase that she should have said, and she said, I shall henceforth call you stud when we are around her, so she understands you are putting babies in my womb and not hers. That's so funny. Imagine.
That's a good one though.
And someone else replied to that, lover would be my new go-to. How is she going to explain her way out of that one? Even babe is creepy and incestuous. It is, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
So people make really fun of what she should have reacted to, but
I mean, in her position,
yeah,
I wonder if she spoke to the mom and said, hey, that made me really uncomfortable.
That's what I actually I would have loved to have more info. I wanted to know if she ever talked to her husband about this, or to the mother-in-law. But honestly, I want to know more if she ever talked to her husband about this.
100%. And if the husband then doesn't choose to react, oof.
Yeah, because maybe, just maybe, he feels it's awkward and told her several times off, and she's continuing, and he's trying to ignore it, which is still not the best method in this case. But maybe he is on her side, and it's just like, let it go, which is still shitty of him, honestly, but at least not as disturbing.
Yeah, we don't know though, right?
But I would have loved to know. Mm-hmm. But we don't have actually as much comments to the story itself. Oh, okay. Someone wrote, LOL. Sounds like a lot of stories from here, so I would not be surprised if she did it on purpose. It took us 9 years to admit that mother-in-law's law is nasty with me on purpose. Just one example why. She kept calling herself mother to my baby.
I'm done. Can I go?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
And after that, corrected herself to or grandma or what I am. Basically always maintaining plausible deniability. That's so weird. Okay, second ache I have. All thanks to Reddit. It's just mother-in-laws that when their child has a baby feel so, entitled to this baby.
That is disrespectful at that point.
No, it's just so weird to me. Thinking that you can call yourself mom of this baby that you've never born, that is your grandchild. It's like disturbing.
It is. Those people are sick.
Yes. So, therefore, it is hard to catch if it's intentional or not. Oh. Well, but still, I mean, the one comment would be like, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, did you did the baby have you, and are you nursing it and everything? I mean, no. But I also heard stories about, mother-in-laws trying to nurse the baby when it was crying, even though they had no milk supply. And I'm like, no one is fucking nursing my baby except for me. I mean, with the bottle of my husband and everything. But
the audacity. It's not the audacity of some mother-in-laws.
Even just having the idea in your mind. I mean,
but it's just, I'm just curious, like, is it hatred towards the girlfriend? Like, what's the motive here? What is it?
Well, depends. Do you mean now the baby story?
Anything that we're talking about?
Probably also, missing this time and wanting to do it again, and maybe not being happy of the outcome or whatever, I guess. Just having the form of being able to compensate to do it again,
As a mother-in-law, you need to know your place. You really need to know your place.
For the next generation, be better. I mean, for real. I mean, our generation too. When you have kids, we need to be better. We need to be so much better. But well, okay, continuing. Well, she lived with us for 2 months and still called herself mother, but mostly in front of me, not my husband. Oh, that's...
Okay, then it's clear.
Next to the other nasty things, you can piece it together. And why does she all of those nasty things? To replace the wife and mother and show her who is in charge in husband's life. Icky. Calling him babe and minimizing the mother sounds a lot like this. Anyway, from what you write, I am 99% it is intentional and she tries to get under your skin. Yes, actually the first comment that I was actually helpful to this person, so...
But what would you do if you were that person? Like, what's the first thing you would do? Obviously approach your husband, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't even wait a second. I would be like, why the are you okay with this?
Like, that's the first question. But then you go to your husband, you're like, hey... Bit weird.
Yeah, and then okay, let's say that he's like, okay, I think she just means well. It's.
I think most men would be that stupid to just be like, oh, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
she just means well, and the woman, she's like, no, like I know.
I would draw hard boundaries. No, and that's
sure.
the thing I often do. It's just hard boundaries. It's like, no, I don't feel comfortable with that. So. Okay, maybe she won't change, but you need to communicate that this is not okay, or I'm gonna change. If it would be just the calling him babe, I would talk to my husband and be like, I feel not comfortable. This is super weird. Yeah. Talk to her. This needs to stop. But I'm also going to change the name I'm calling you because this is now ruined forever for me.
Fair.
Could you ever go back to calling your husband babe after hearing his mom calling him babe? Could you ever just get that picture out of your head?
Every time you're like, babe, you're like...
His mom. Ew.
But what would you do then? Like, just come up with another name? Like, then she wins. You know what I mean?
In a
way,
she wins the battle. Yeah. But, in the end, I mean, it's about more than just the name. It's about her whole attitude. And I think
exactly.
Here the point is just, it's not... in my opinion, it's not your battle. It's your husband's battle.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is... your husband, you married him, you chose him, you didn't choose you in a way chose his family too,
but they come, like, you can't really do
his family is his baggage as your family is your baggage, right. And it's for him to deal with the situation and making you not uncomfortable as his new family. Yes. And that doesn't mean that you cannot go to your mother-in-law and also say, look, sorry, I don't like that, but in the end it's their dynamic happening here that needs to be changed.
Exactly. Yeah. That is... Oh, God.
Yeah.
I would not know what to do in that situation. Seriously.
I think you would. I think you would do... Yeah, you would also be...
I have a hard time setting boundaries. That is a weakness of mine. I do have a hard time setting boundaries.
Well, I had to.
And especially approaching her and saying, hey, you know what? This and this makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. Honestly, that would be me. I also would have had a hard time approaching her because I would feel like not in the right place. Exactly. But it's also that. I mean, in the end... I mean, don't know their history, but in most cases, you don't know your mother-in-law that well. No. Even if you are best friends, you still don't know her that well as her family because you still only knew that person through this connection. Right. So I also wouldn't feel as secure, and I'm not the type of person to just go to someone and be like, hey, this is my issue with you, and we're not kind of acquainted. Yeah. So I would take my husband and be like, this needs to stop.
Good shot
right now.
Yeah, no, you got it.